Mornings can be hectic. We get it. You're pressed for time, but you still want to stay informed. Let the connector from Boise State Public Radio do the work for you. Every weekday morning, this quick and convenient podcast delivers the top Idaho news stories you need to know, all in the time it takes to brew your coffee or start your commute. No scrolling, no searching, just hit play and get connected. Listen to the Connector Idaho Daily News wherever you get your podcasts.
More Idaho Matters right now. I'm Gemma Cadet. Every year, Idaho rivers are visited by thousands of people, some looking for scenic routes, others for adventure. It can be tough, though, to know where exactly to find every experience, which is why the Bureau of Land Management and River Management Society have partnered to put all the information you need for an Idaho river trip in one spot. So joining us now to talk more about this great resource are BLM Idaho Recreation Specialist Shannon Pasista and James Major, a National Rivers Project Coordinator with RMS. I want to welcome both of you to the program.
Thanks, Gemma.
So James, let me start with you. Can you start out by telling us a bit about the National Rivers Project?
Sure. National Rivers Project is the forward-facing side of our big recreation database that we have. And we've got over 2,000 reaches on hundreds of rivers across the nation and over 15,000 access points and about 1,000 campgrounds that are associated with these rivers.
Okay, did I hear you right, James? You said 2,000 rivers are featured on this?
2,000 reaches, so parts of 2,000 of hundreds of rivers, but different reaches. So some of the reaches might be on the same river, but have a different difficulty class, or just geographically separate, so that they are not on the same listing.
So how many Idaho rivers are featured on this, James?
So we have 45 reaches on 23 different Idaho rivers, and that's about 1,500 river miles that you can go and explore and find access points and campgrounds and boating opportunities for people with different abilities, different adventure types, and even different how remote you want to be. You can be very far away, or you can be pretty close to some of the population centers.
And you talked about ranking of each river, James, from beginner to expert. I would assume this is super important, right? So folks know the difficulty of a river before they get on it.
That's right. You should really try to focus your recreation towards your ability level, or at least be going with someone who's comfortable if there's a higher class or higher rated rivers. But there's also plenty of rivers that are great for beginners and stand-up paddle boards and canoes, anything that you want to be able to get out and enjoy the river on.
So Shannon, what would you say are some of the best scenic rivers to visit?
Well, that's a really hard question because just about every corner of our state has some sort of scenic river, and that you can float, hike, and or float, fish, and hike alongside if you would prefer that. I personally enjoy multi-day river trips, particularly wilderness trips, where you don't have any cell coverage and you're just out in nature and enjoying the company of your friends and family.
What about, Shannon, something like whitewater rafting? Is there, what kind of rivers would you recommend for that?
Well, if you live in the Boise area or the Treasure Valley, we have the Payette River system in our backyard, and it actually has a lot of different types of classes, so difficulty levels. So if you're learning, there's class 1, 2 sections, up to more like class 3, which is, intermediate, up to like the South Fork, the Payette, where it has some class 4s and 3s. And then if you're expert, you can boat the North Fork, which is a solid class 5 experts only. So we're really fortunate to have that whitewater, those whitewater opportunities in our backyard in Boise.
And Shannon, you also have some videos online about river etiquette. And man, with how much Boise has grown, and there are so many more people on the rivers, in particular, like in our more urban areas, how important is good stewardship when it comes to our rivers?
Oh my gosh, extremely important. BLM, our river rangers up out of the lower Salmon, they actually have some really wonderful videos that they put together. It's called Ask a River Ranger, and I recommend everyone just look on the internet for that Ask a River Ranger Lower Salmon River series, and they talk all about different types of elements. But, some of the big things are pack it in, pack it out, try to leave an area cleaner than what you found it. And, when you are planning any sort of adventure in Idaho, particularly a river trip, get on the manager's website, because there's different rivers have different rules and regulations. Some rivers require you to pack out absolutely everything, including using a fire pan and take out your ash, as well as carrying a portable toilet.
Well, I want to thank both of you for coming in today and talking with us about this. What a great resource for everyone. Nice to think about getting back out on the rivers as we are entering into winter, though. So thank you so much. We've been speaking with BLM Idaho Recreation Specialist Shannon Basista and James Major, a National Rivers Project Coordinator with RMS. We've been discussing the National Rivers Project. This is the Idaho Matters podcast. I'm Gemma Gaudette.
If you like podcasts like this, explore more from the Boise State Public Radio podcast family. There you'll find a mix of daily news, Idaho Voices, and in-depth series on a wide range of topics. I'm talking wild horses, political scandals, sustainable ranching, and militia groups in a post-January 6th world. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search Boise State Public Radio to find what Idaho's NPR station has in store for you.